Welcome to ANZ Combined Racing League's replay of round 4 at Campo Grande, race 2. I'm your host Neil Haynes, and this is the penultimate round of our 5-round championship. And we'll just have a quick look. We did have race 1 earlier, so this is the points before that. So at the end of round 3 at the track was our Guyana race, the race 2. We see that Gunner was in the lead. We did see Timmy obviously win the race 1 at Campo Grande. So he would have closed the gap up a little bit, as would have Highlander, about 2 points closer to Cuckoo. So we are here at the moment at Campo Grande, and you can see this wonderful circuit. It's a fast flowing circuit. There's obviously some tight hairpins, but once you get out of the first corner hairpin and then carry on right through the lap until the last part of the circuit, very exciting free flowing run on the track. Pit lane, you got to be careful, got to slow down to the 50 kilometers an hour to avoid any penalty. Alright, so let's go to the race, and we'll just run through the qualifying order at the moment. We have got Timmy82 on pole once again, but alongside him will be Dado Racer, and then Gunner, the series championship, behind them in third with Zach18. Another good qualifying result from him in fourth. Scarf, after his good run of late, in fifth with Zachy 3, G-Dude in seventh, so that's a good one after he finished in ninth in the previous race, so he'll be happy up into seventh. Highlander again not qualifying well. We did see him as the driver mover of race 1, where he had qualified himself in, I think it was 9th position and finished in 4th, so we'll see if he can do that again with Kiz right behind him, and Cuckoo, the man that's fighting Highlander for third in the championship, qualified a lowly 10th as well. So yeah, we'll see how things go. So let's get this race going. 40-minute race with a mandatory stop. So off we go with Timmy82. It's a fast, as we've seen, sweeping corner for the opening, and we have the more shuffling. Dado has dropped from second all the way down to 5th. Oh, he's fighting back there in the 4th position at the moment. It's Biff and Barge in the opening part of the circuit of this lap. Absolutely great driving by Orr to filter out through that first few corners. Tough one in through the tight hairpin at the start, but here we go onto the back straight. We'll see if anyone gets a good run. Now they can't use their push to pass button. Big moment for I don't know who it was. I think it might have been G-Dude. Yes, it was. Sideways out onto the back straight, as Gunner's having a good look at Timmy, and it looks like Cuckoo is under attack as well from Scar, so they're going to continue on their battle like they did in race 1, but as I say, they can't use their boost button until the completion of the first lap, so everyone just under their normal horsepower. The boost button does give. Does anyone pit early? I don't think they will this time. It's a little bit longer race. No, as I think it was Highlander in. No, it's not. It's actually, might have been Kiz coming in. Not too sure who it was. We're not getting the. It's one of them. Yes, it is Kiz in the pits. So he's early on. Amazing how it wants to change the different camera angles on us throughout the track, but you do get some little different shots as well, which is good for the camera photographers with they fiddle around with the cameras. But we won't want that. We want to see the action live here on ANZCRL, or live replay anyway. Coming to you live now as we go. And this was a race that we did a few Sundays ago. We said it's the penultimate round. Next, the final race is at Interlagos, a 60-minute race, just the one race. So the sprint format will be the final run tonight here at Campo Grande. Crazy view of the circuit there as we are now looking at Timmy clearing it out like he did in race 1, but Gunner kept him honest right through that stint. So as we can see, Dado Racer dropped from 2nd to 4th. He won't mind. He can see himself settling into a nice rhythm here early in the race as they start lap 3. Predicted laps at around about 29 to 30 laps. So a long way to go. Dado's had some great form of late as well as he's become used to these Brazilian stock cars. I think it's one of those cars that do grow on you. The more you give it time and learn the way it drives, to extract the most out of it. Definitely are a fun car to drive. This is a nice little pack just behind Dado with Zach 18. And he's driving for Blau Motorsports, or Blau Motorsports. It's almost like he's really a New Zealander there. You don't know, Zach 18's not. I don't think he is anyway. But anyway, like he's going Balu. Cuckoo starting to make his way up. He started in 10th from memory, I believe. So already Cuckoo's up into 6th, so doing a great job. The 25.4 that lap, not quite the fastest. We got Gunner doing a 24.1 as Zach 18 just cuts the inside of that curve of the hairpin of turn 1. There's a good battle here for these guys. Timmy's still almost extending his lead out to about a 2nd. And Gunner's just happy just to follow him. Now these drivers here, I think Cuckoo looking a little bit racy at this stage. You see he's pulled away from Dado's teammate, Scar behind him. His Scar's, looks like Highlander's got his boost button on. You can just see the extra horsepower, what it does. Makes that pass, should be fairly easy into the sweeping corner after the back straight. The nice move. So Highlander's on his charge. And look at this as they've slowly starting in to reel in Dado. And it looks like Cuckoo just had to come off the throttle just a little bit as Zach 18 is trying to get things organised. So if you haven't given these cars a drive, the 2019, the stock cars, it's not the original ones, but the next one after it, I think they've got the really old version of the Brazilian stock cars, but these 2019 one, they're a fun car. And here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League, we're looking at obviously running this series every year, and obviously next year in 2024 we'll be running the 2020 version of the cars as well. Probably around similar circuits. We might change. Whoa, as Scar's had a big moment up the back end of the circuit as he's trying to get onto that straight, so he hasn't had a good time there like G-Dude as he's just passed him. G-Dude on lap 2 I think spun it coming onto that straight, so as he's going on through there in 8th position, so tricky, but yeah, so hopefully we can have repeats drivers coming back as the years progress throughout the season that we run here on Automobilista 2. I think this game's going to be around for us for probably 4 to 5 years. So we should be able to get through the series each year. I think they're fairly popular, so we might make it a 6-round series next year instead of the 5. It's plenty of Brazilian tracks we can choose from in the game. So Kizzy's the only one I believe has made the mandatory stop, so he's not doing too bad. He's a little bit faster than this mid-pack at the moment, not by much. These guys are holding each other up as they're battling Zach 18 and Cuckoo, because you can see now Dado's extended that lead again, and Highlander now, after getting past Zachy 3, he's coming at them at a rate of knots. I wouldn't be surprised he's used his boost button there to catch up onto him. I've only got 15 activations of the boost button as well, and after they've pressed it, there's a little delay before it kicks in, but once it kicks in, you definitely get the benefit of it, and you only get 15 goes at it, as I said. So they got to choose when they're going to use it throughout the race. And the same token too, that it takes about a lap and a half to regenerate. Just trying to get that out. I had a little bit of a mental blank of where I was going there, but definitely it's about a lap and a half before you can then use it again as it regenerates itself. We've averaged about 10 drivers each week here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League for this series. Our first series that we've done since we've progressed from the Xbox console with Project Cars 2. We're slowly building the Australian, New Zealand player base, even open to the basically Asia Pacific region. Racing at 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Usually the nights go for about 2 hours, so we finished up about 9:30, 11:30 New Zealand time. A bit late on a Sunday for those guys, but we really appreciate some of them that turn up and race with us, as majority of our player base is in Australia, so we try and keep it to a more friendly sort of time zone just after dinner on a Sunday. Highlanders now making light work of this charge up through the field. He's obviously got a car that suits him race pace. He just struggled during qualifying to get that lap. Maybe he made a few little errors. Just didn't get that perfect lap in. Oh, is Zach 18 using a bit of the dirt on the braking on the entry. You got to be careful. We know that sometimes that grass can catch you out. So up front, we have Timmy coming around the second last corner. Basically, you go, well, not really. This is the second last, because then this is the last corner here. But it's the sort of the last complex before he's going to start his 9th lap, and he's got Gunner. About a second and a half still. Just keeping Timmy honest. If he makes a slip up, Gunner's going to be right there under him. So he's just got to take it nice and easy. So here we go with Highlander. Let's do a lap around this beautiful track here at Campo Grande on board of Highlander's number 10 Shell Helix Ultra Chevrolet Cruze 2019 model. Enjoy, guys. There you go. On board Highlander, watching the master at work as he's chasing down position 4 and 5. As we just go up to trackside to look at Cuckoo having a dive. Enough's enough, he says to Zach 18. I'm on the charge. I've got the man I'm challenging for 3rd position in the championship right behind me in Highlander. He's seen Highlander be able to catch this group. And he doesn't want to get Highlander within striking distance or an opportunity to do even ruffle up Cuckoo's feathers, because one bit of a mistake or a spin late in this part of the race was not really late, but it's 30 minutes remaining. His recovery time is getting diminished as we speak, so obviously he doesn't want to get into any fisticuffs with Highlander. Highlander's not that type of driver though, but you know what happens when championships, even that's the 3rd place of the championship, it means a lot to these drivers. They've put a lot into the season, and obviously they're chasing that good result. Don't forget Timmy 82 doing all he can at the moment to try and take the lead away from Gunner, who's had the championship lead all right through the series, and he's slowly closing the gap. He's doing everything he has to just stay in front of Gunner. A beautiful looking car of Timmy 82 in the number 44 RCM machine, and Gunner in the number 8 hot car Competitios behind him. We've seen a lot, or not too much of Gunner. He has actually had a lot of battles, some battles through the season, but he has been a dominant force, as we like to keep these battles in check in the mid-pack, as Highlander has made that move on Cuckoo. So he finished in front of Cuckoo in race 1, as Cuckoo got a reply. Just remember, 40 minutes race time plus the 1 lap. So we've been going for 15 minutes. So 25 minutes remaining plus that extra 1 lap. And here goes, see, this is where that push to pass works. I don't know if Cuckoo actually used it. I think it was just the natural draft in effect. That pass, sorry guys, on Highlander on Cuckoo as we were looking at the leaders. And don't forget Dado in 3rd position, doing a great job there. Started in 2nd. Got the position change from Gunner. Actually, Dado I think dropped down as low as 5th at the opening corner and fought back valiantly. And had the elbows out, stuck to his guns and came out of the first few corners back in 4th position. And look at the pressure Cuckoo's throwing at that Highlander at this stage. I'll be starting to think when we're going to take that mandatory stop. Who's going to blink first? So we'll light on numbers this time around, as Timmy from the lead has taken his opportunity to take the stop. And this time he thrown Gunner out, because Gunner's usually the one that pulls the trigger, especially when he's close in battle like he is at this stage. So I wonder if we will see Gunner come in the next lap. Zaki 3 goes in as well. Looks like Zach 18 slowly also catching Dado. He did a 24.2. Fastest man on track the previous lap was Zach 18. Absolutely flying at this stage. He was a second and a bit faster than Dado, so no wonder he's closed his gap. He's flying. What's Dado got in return? Is Dado maybe thinking about his pitch strategy, playing with the dials, making sure his strategy is right on the on-screen HUD in game there, in the controls? Or is it just that he's been out daydreaming a little bit because he's been keeping that pace, but he hasn't had any battle. But these guys are definitely on him now. As we're riding up high in the sky here on the gantries. Does anyone pop in? No, they don't. They're all following one another. Oh, I think Cuckoo's coming in. I believe Cuckoo is coming in if it wants to change. There we go. Into pits he comes. And Gunner's in as well. So he's coming because Gunner is already in. So, and Gunner's leaving. So we'll go back to the action here with Zach 18 trying to chase down Dado, who's at the moment the leader of the race. The effective race lead would definitely be Timmy. He's still out in front after Gunner's come out of pit lane. Scar is yet to pit. And then Cuckoo down, I think, have all pitted. So these three are the only ones that are yet to pit, including Scar, I think. I believe Scar is yet to pit. Really don't know why they've got that camera angle here. Doesn't get anything other than the tyre build-up. So here they go. There's their pit entry. He's just going to be off the right here. Does anyone come in? Yes, it looks like... Oh, no, the pit entry was already passed. So, sorry, missed that. But they're still sticking at it. G-Dude and Zaki are having a bit of a battle here as well, as Scar now comes in. So he's come in, take his stop in the full-time sports car, while his teammate stays out as he comes down the back straight. So I would think that we'll probably see Dado in there. Here comes Highlander having a little look. Wasn't quick enough to have a look there, but it was very close under the brakes. Let's have a look while we're looking up high. We will see if any of these drivers will filter in. They got a hug to the right, and Dado's in. So Dado's coming in from the lead of the race. Here he goes into the pit lane. Dado is just coming out now after his stop. So both Timmy and Gunner have gone through. A second and a half. So looks like Timmy has got this. I wouldn't say it's under control, but he's looking very, very confident indeed out there at the moment. Had a blistering first race. Took the victory by about 4 seconds and the fastest lap to boot with a 1:23.520 in the first race. And we're getting close to basically a half race distance. We've basically gone past it, so one would think that these guys might filter in. No, they're still going. They're going long. They've decided that they're going to go long in this race and see if they can... There might be under challenge though from Dado Racer. Dado Racer was already in front of them. They might be hoping that Dado has a little issue somewhere along the line so they can jump him in the pits. Oh, his Highlander's had a moment. I think he's okay. He's just got going again, so he's just dropped a bundle of time. He was only a second behind Zach 18, and now he's about 7 seconds behind with 8 seconds before Timmy, the effective race leader, behind him. The very small field here for round 4. We've been managing to have around about 14 to 13 cars. So a few guys dropped out late in the season by the looks of things. So G-Dude is in the pits as well. So he's doing his stop. Dado Racer. Just keep an eye where he's going to pop out. He should be still effectively third, I would say. There's not much going on as far as battles other than the battle with Zach where he's going to come out compared to Dado Racer. As Highlander now comes in. So in he comes for his stop. The late afternoon sun. Race start was 4 p.m. And that was a quick stop. So you can just see Dado now coming out of the final corner. So Dado will get Highlander because he did have that spin. So that cost Highlander a lot of time. So he's still crawling out of pit lane. Highlander, there he is. So he's now gone. And look who's there, Cuckoo. And Cuckoo's going to try and get around the outside. Oh, he's gone deep. Cuckoo's out in the sand, in the gravel trap. That's what happens. There you go. I was telling you before, they don't mean to hit drivers or anything like that, but there's that competition. Cuckoo's trying to hold on to third position in this championship, and his protagonist is Highlander. And now he's under pressure with Zachy 3. Zachy 3 having a good look down the inside. As Cuckoo runs wide, he's got gunk on his tyres. Can he hold off Zachy 3? Zachy 3 will have fresher tyres as well. Cuckoo, I believe, pitted early, and he's down that inside on the big run to the straight now. Now, it doesn't look like he's got the boost button. It looks like Cuckoo's been able to engage that. Kiz in the background. So Cuckoo's had to defend hard because this is third place on the line in the championship between him and Highlander. When Highlander was behind, I just said Cuckoo just didn't want to be near that pressure, because that's one thing he doesn't want to do, is have a mistake or something happen unintentionally while they're battling. And you can just see Cuckoo came in hard as he saw Highlander coming out of the pits out of turn 1, and he overcooked it. But he's been able to get back onto the track. He's behind Highlander by about 6 seconds. It's going to be hard to recover on his older tyres, but he's going to have to try and defend hard to Zachy 3, who will have, one would think, that push to pass, the boost button for the back straight. So we'll keep an eye on this battle. Zachy, if he gets a good run, he's got to get through this corner, get a nice exit, and then this final corner coming up here now. He's got to brake well, get the power down. He would have already pressed the push to pass button, the boost button, because it takes a while to engage. Then he can get out of this corner with it already giving him the extra horses that he needs. Is he closing the gap? Yes, he is. He's going to have a look down the inside now. And he's been able to hold it. Can he pull it up? This is a great corner. Great track for the boost button as well, because the drivers can go in deep. Very deep actually into this corner. They might drift wide, but yeah, they can really hold it. If they can hold the inside as much as you can see, that hairpin follows after the big left sweeper, so you can really defend your position after making the overtake. So well done to Zachy 3. Good move on Cuckoo. Now, Zach 18 is doing a little comeback drive here. He's out of the pits, so fresh on tyres, and he's got Dado Racer in front of him. I tell you what, with 15 minutes or so remaining, around about 12 minutes remaining plus that one extra lap, won't take him much more enticement here to try and find some extra pace and get this last spot on the podium. Steal it away from Dado if he can. Dado's going to race hard. He won't want to let off this podium if he can hold it off. Got a podium, got third place in race 1. So at the moment, the positions as they stand are from first to third anyway, are the same from race 1. Timmy, Gunner and Dado on the podium. This little battle ends as well here. Oh, well, it's not as close as what I thought from the timing monitors, but 1.5 seconds between Zaki 3 and Cuckoo. So Zaki 3, as one would imagine on the fresher tyres, can now extend this gap from Cuckoo. But let's go back up front here with Dado in third position, 18 seconds behind the leader. But only a second in front of Zach 18. Zach 18 on the fresher tyres. Depends who's got the extra boost buttons too late in the race. And we think what we're on lap 21 now. There's probably no more than 8 laps, 9 laps maybe left. So you get to push the button every second lap. So about 4 more presses. It'll be vital that they hold on to a cup, like at least if they're less than 4 now, they want to hold one. You want one at the last lap. You want to plan it. So you want to try and have it so you got it on a different lap to your competitor. So if you see them pulling away, it's good not to, or you know that they've used to push to pass 1 lap, and you can pressurise to try and get them to push it in the second lap. It's worthwhile because then you can be off cycle really with them, and you get that to and fro in there that you've seen throughout the series. 1 lap, one driver will have the push to pass, the boost button, and the other driver will have the next lap. And this track here with a long back straight, as you saw when Zaki 3 took Cuckoo, he wasn't that close to him, but by the end of this long back straight with the extra horsepower, he able to duck down the inside and pull off that braking manoeuvre. So it looks like Dado may have just pulled away a little bit. So here you go. So Zach 18 next lap will probably have the push to pass. This is now where, you know, well, Dado's out of it. He's regenning now, and now he's got to push. Zach 18's got to push in this part of the lap now, all the way until the back straight again. He's got to do his best lap he can. Get the exits, try and pull this gap back from Dado, because he knows that Dado is going to be a sitting duck on the back straight if he doesn't have that push to pass, which we believe he used just that lap then. Some call it manufactured racing, but I'll tell you what it does. You know, you got to use your brains about it. If you use them together, well, yeah, you can keep with a pack. But then when you want to try and look at making a move and using it to make a good move, you need to have it on the off laps, and you got to work really hard to try and not lose too much ground on the lap that the driver's using it. So it looks like he's a bit too far away. He hasn't been able to bridge any sort of gap here on Dado, but he'll want to, if he's got one, he'll want to use it now so he's not losing extra time on Dado. Or maybe we are at the stage where Zach 18 only has 2 or 3 presses left, so he can't use them. Wouldn't it be good if we all could find that out? If we had that on our displays when we went to the cars, we could actually see how many pushes they've used of the boost button. So back up front, we've obviously got Timmy on his 24th lap. And we've only got 7 minutes remaining of the race plus that one extra lap. That's winding down now. Gunner's losing time to try and get this lead. If he can win this race, he just gives himself a bit more of a margin for the final race. Now, if Timmy wins this race, if we finish this how it stands now, if it ends this way, Timmy, I believe, will be 8 points behind Gunner. If my maths is correct. So that means for the final race, double points are on offer at Interlagos. There's 60 points for a win and 52 points for a the second. So it's either 8 or 10 points behind he's going to be. We'll see after the race when the points come up. But yeah, it's going to be close. So Timmy's putting himself in a good position here. Talking about a good position here though, look at Zach 18 now. He looks a bit closer this time around. He's less than a second, so he has 23.8 that previous lap, so he's definitely... Oh, and Dado's had a spin. The final corner said Dado's, is that because the tyres just gave up on him? He pitted earlier, so unfortunately Dado was spun, where he might have just pinched a little bit of that rear brake as the fuel level goes down as well. So that gives this Zach 18 third position. So Zach 18's been working hard at Dado since he's come out of the pit stops. Can he hold on? That's the question. A nice drive by Zach 18. Now we might go actually in helmet cockpit view. Enjoy this. On board with Timmy 82. You can see they're not much on the dash. It's all blanked off with just the gear reader display. And they are paddle shifts. It's not sequential with a sequential stick. They use the paddles on the steering wheel. And I apologise guys, I didn't put the driver hands on the wheel display. I forgot that in the settings. But it is Timmy 82 driving his car to victory. As you see, a little bit of a slip out of the final corner in the number 44 RCM. So I hope you enjoyed that. Nice little time from actually Scar down in ninth at 24.4. So he'd be a little bit disappointed that he's had that little spin early on coming onto the back straight, which cost him a bit of time. Other than that, he's been going well. He probably would have been in front of Kiz without the spin, and maybe even challenging Cuckoo there in 7th position. So mistakes are costly, as we all know. That's why they always say best to try and drive within your own limits and push when you know that the opportunity there is to push. As look at those the flames billowing out of the full-time sports car of SCAR 666. Kiz is still trying to come to terms with the cars, or maybe this circuit as well. He finished 5th in the first race, but languishing here in 8th position at the moment. G-Dude. In 10th position. A lap down on the leaders. G-Dude had his best result of the series in race 1 here with a 9th position. So we should be getting close to the final lap as well. So where we got, they may have, yeah, this could be one more after this, maybe not. As Timmy's having a bit of a fun 4-way drift out of turn 3. And he brakes hard here for turn 4 before they get onto the big long back straight. They should have one more lap after this. So this will be the penultimate lap. And well done to Timmy with one more lap to go. It's got to get through this part of the circuit. You said we haven't seen this camera view before. That's a good thing. Sometimes these cameras get stuck and we get different views of the car. So one more lap is all it is for Timmy. And all you can see in the back of that mirror though, a bit further down the road behind him, is that orange car of Gunner. Chevrolet branding everywhere for the Chevy Cruise stock cars here for Brazil. As look at this, the battle now coming right down the line. So Dado, I don't know if Zach's made a mistake. Obviously he has, because he had about a 5-second lead over Dado. And look at this for the run to the flag. Will Dado claim back this 3rd position from from Zach, 18. As the leader is coming around the final part, so it doesn't look like Dado's got any boost pass, but well done to this man, Timmy 82, and the number 44 RCM car. Congratulations, and to Gunner 180. Beautiful drive, holding onto that second to try and minimise the impact of Timmy's victory there. And that's a true champion drive from Gunner. He didn't have the pace to Timmy, so he just kept it nice and clean. And didn't come under the the attack of these guys, Zach 18 and Dado. Well done to Zach 18. Great result. 3rd position. Congratulations, Dado. What a great race from him as well. A 3rd and a 4th. Well done to Highlander. Another good drive from 8th to 5th. And Zachy holds off from Cuckoo in 6th position. As we wait in for Scar to come on through. G-Dude. Not too sure what's happened to him. But we've got Scar coming on through for 8th position. G-Dude is caught up at the final, the first corner actually. The very first corner, something's happened, I don't know. He's still running, but we've got Kiz in 9th. So well done to everyone there. So that's the end of the race for race 2 of round 4. And let's bring up the race results as well. So as you can see, it was a warm track too, 43 degrees. Oh, these cars absolutely, they don't mind the hot temperatures. The tyres can handle that. And there you can see, so G-Dude DNF retired. I may have to revisit that, but we did see 30 laps as well. So the results I was getting while I was away was a little bit out, but there you go. What a great result for Timmy82. 2 wins back to back and doing an outstanding job on his fight for claiming this championship if he can over Gunner. Oh, Gun 180, but we know him as Gunner. And Zach 18 with a 3rd finish on the podium for Zach 18. That's his best result of the series. So congratulations to Zach on the podium. And Dado in 4th. So Dado finding some late form in the series after a couple of DNFs hurt his championship early on in the season. So there you go. Let's have a look now at the standings. And you can see now, so Gunner, his lead has been reduced now to only 10 points. So it's a 10 points of difference between him and Timmy. And what did I say? There was a difference between 1st and 2nd with the double points. I think it's 8 points, the difference. So if Timmy wins the race, Gunner needs to finish 2nd at the final round at Interlagos for the 60-minute race. And if Gunner comes 3rd, in that case, Timmy will take the championship. So, and I believe that'll go right down to around about that 1 position difference, all the way down to about 5th. So if Timmy finishes 2nd or 3rd, Gunner still needs to finish behind him if he can't win the race. So there's an opportunity there for Timmy to still take this championship. And look at the battle, also 10 points between Cuckoo and Highlander. So the same thing can happen to them. So Cuckoo with all the 3rds up until round 4. He's had a rotten round here at round 4 at Campo Ground with a 6th and a 7th. His worst all season. The driver that's improving, obviously Highlander. He's been there or thereabouts all season long. So well done to Highlander, keeping that pressure on Cuckoo. And the brother battle between Zach 18 and Zachy 18 is well and truly on as well, with Zach 18's 3rd place there in race 2. So well done to Zach 18. And as you can see, Dado coming up through the field, as is Kiz as well. Starting to get, he's sort of been languishing there, but equal points with Scar on 102. So it's going to go down the wire too. There'll be no love lost between those two. And a good chance for him to also get onto over the top of Zachy 3 as well. So he's only 6 points behind there to really get up the results. So I hope you've enjoyed the race here tonight. Race replay of round 4 at Campo Grande, and we've got the final round for the replay. It's already been run and done, but the replay will be done tomorrow. I should have the time to be able to do that. I hope you join me, Neil Haynes, next time I'm on, which will be tomorrow, or catch it later on stream whenever you can watch it. So there we go, round 4. The penultimate round is done. We've only got one more round to go to see who will be the 2023 or of the 2019 championship. So looking forward to bringing the final round to you. Until then, be good. Cheerio.